Happy New Year! Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ruby, coming back at you with another video. Today, I'm going to be sharing a personal story, something that I never expected to experience, but it was a journey that taught me a lot about health, resilience, and the importance of listening to our bodies. It's my experience with dengue fever, so grab a drink, sit back, and let's get right into it. But first, what exactly is even the dengue fever? Well, it's a viral illness caused by the dengue virus, which is primarily transmitted through mosquito bites. Symptoms of dengue usually appear 4 to 10 days after being bitten by an infected mosquito. The common signs include high fever, often reaching to 40 degrees, and severe headaches, pain behind the eyes, muscle, and extreme joint pain, which is why it's often called as the breakbone fever. Other symptoms can include nausea, vomiting, and a rash that shows up a few days after the fever. In some cases, the dengue can progress up to something more severe called severe dengue, also known as dengue hemorrhagic fever. This can lead to complications such as bleeding, organ failure, and even shock, which is a sudden drop in blood pressure. Unfortunately, there's no specific treatment for the dengue virus, so the focus is more on supportive care. This means managing symptoms like pain and fever with medications such as Tylenol, getting plenty of rest, and staying hydrated. So if you suspect you have dengue and symptoms do get worse, it's crucial to get medical support as soon as you can. So it all started on December 29th, Sunday. I went to church with my mom, and just like any other day, I was feeling okay, fine. But during worship, something unexpected happened. I felt very lightheaded, and suddenly my vision just began to fade. The room got dimmer and dimmer until it just went completely black, although my eyes were open and I was aware that my eyes were open. Everything just went black and I was terrified. Thankfully, my mom was right next to me and helped me lie down. But it was quite a scene, and something like that has never happened to me before, so I was very scared. So after that, we went straight to the hospital, and at that point, I didn't have a fever, so the doctors initially thought that it was something wrong with my vision or my heart, and I was checked by a cardiologist and had numerous tests done, but they didn't find anything specifically wrong, and they at first said that it was because of Muay Thai. I did a Muay Thai 1 week trial kind of lesson, and they were like, oh, it's probably Muay Thai, you're probably sore from over exercising. And yeah, so I left the hospital with no medication, thinking I just needed some rest. But a couple hours later, my fever started and I had chills and my body was just really aching. So my mom took me back to the doctor, where I was tested for COVID, malaria, all the different types of flu. And then the doctors found out that I had dengue fever. I was hospitalized for around 9 days, and let me tell you, it was one of the most painful experiences of my life. My body ached all over, and the worst part was the pain behind the eyes. It felt like my whole body was on fire and I could not do anything. All I did was just sleep, eat, and go to the bathroom and sleep again. And on one morning, my blood pressure dropped so low that I couldn't get up from the toilet, and my vision just went completely black again, and I fainted. It was very terrifying, but the hospital nurses, staff were really great at managing my symptoms, as well as my mom, who just helped me throughout the whole time. And as the days went on, the fever would come in and out, and I started developing painful rashes. My hands were so swollen that I couldn't really grip properly, and the hospital staff treated me with medications like antihistamines, Tylenol, and I was on an IV drip to stay hydrated. I would say one of the worst parts was when the nurses would wipe my body with ice cold water during my fevers. It was so uncomfortable, but it was necessary to bring the temperature down. And by the 8th day, things started to get better. I wasn't as tired, I could stay awake, and I was even complaining about the hardness of the hospital bed instead of focusing on how sick I felt. felt like a small victory, but the doctors were concerned about my blood platelets that had dropped significantly. To help with my recovery and for anybody who might be experiencing the same kind of symptoms, I started drinking papaya tea leaf. I think it's famous in Malaysia and it's believed to help raise the blood platelet levels, and I do think it did make a difference. My platelet levels are slowly recovering and going up. I am still in the recovery phase, but I am slowly starting to feel like myself again. Oh yes, that is the little story time of how I got the dengue fever and the challenges I faced during my recovery. It was a very tough experience, but I'm so grateful for the care that I received and for finally feeling like myself again. If there's one thing I've learned from this, it's that it's so important to listen to our bodies and seek help when things don't feel right. And make sure to wear insect repellent because the dengue is deadly, and yeah, definitely do not want to experience this again. So make sure to wear long sleeves and wear mosquito repellent whenever you go into places that you suspect any big swarms of mosquitoes. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my story. I hope you found it helpful or maybe reassuring if you've ever faced something similar. And yeah, take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and until next time, bye!